Well, what's going on, guys? It's 4:55 p.m. and it's still the 28th of May, 2023. Let's just say I've been trying to take it easy today, a little bit more than what usually I try to do. Sleep more, not just because of boredom, but because I'm just trying to get de-stressed at this point, trying to avoid what's going on. This is my brother's anniversary of his natal birth, and this had been driving me quite batty at this point. What was driving me bonkers is dealing with the fear, dealing with everything else going on. And I tried to keep the place somewhat mellow. A friend came by and he was having issues. I'm not going to go into details on this one here, but suffice it to say that I worry about him and his family. I worry. Things are not exactly conducive to employment out here, or seeing if someone knows if they're doing their job right. They really don't care. It's the kind of attitude I got in this town of Roseman. Next is dealing with politics. Somehow I avoided all the political claptrap, including about the debt ceiling hopefully being raised, but with some consensus. There are going to be some, both sides agree to it. We may or may not, I don't know. But having the work requirements for SNAP, nothing's going to be touched on Medicare and Social Security, including disability, thank God for that. Maybe a few other things that are going to be pissing off both sides. Compromise. Well, you really can't get both. You can't get everything that you want for compromise anyway. It's either one-sided or you're going to have to tough it out. How about freezes on things? And more discussions about the budget happening a little bit later. Okay, fine. We got that going on. But what else is going to be miserable and depressing at this point? Well, try a Florida governor who still wants more power than Trump. I was watching, uh, and I should have got the whole gist on this one here, but it's only just a section of it. Governor DeSantis out in Florida. He's a lot harsher than Trump is. Trump tries to be more smiling at bullshit. DeSantis, unfortunately, he's trying to be a more hardcore. The reason why he keeps skull thumping Disney is because he's going to get what he wants, and he's willing to put everybody into holds left and right that people are not going to be able to break out of because he wants. His ego and his taste for power is getting worse and worse. Trump will con and bullshit everybody else. Santos is the bully. Santos is the club. He will use the club, make it legal. He will change things left and right that are undemocratic. He's willing to invoke Article 2 to get what he wants. Article 2 explains the powers of the President of the United States and the Cabinet. Section 1 talks about, first opening up here, the executive power shall be vested in a President of the United States of America. He shall he shall hold his office during the terms of 4 years, together with the Vice President chosen for the same term to be elected as follows. And 1 second. Yeah, just walking the dog a bit. So somehow, DeSantis thinks that he can do an end run. If he says he can do an end run around the state constitution that he swore an oath on, but also he swore an oath on the federal constitution, he's going to find some way, some loopholes to get past limitations of the presidency in order to do whatever he wants, including shut down investigative agencies out there, defund them, limit their powers. You can't limit the FBI just by the executive branch. You have to have a Congress that votes in the bills necessary to control the purse. And he also knows this one too. But by executive order, I seriously doubt he can overrule or overwrite the Constitution if he actually got into office. So it had to be majorities in the Electoral College, because that's what we're rolled at this point. But if we did a popular vote, is he that popular enough? Would he be that popular enough? And would he be Putin's bitch? Putin would love to have the United States under his thumb, controlled one way or another. Even by the articles of the Constitution. And he is a law scholar from Yale. He thinks he can get away with getting past the Constitution worse than Trump. Trump was going for open insurrection. He was hoping his vice president would do the right thing by saying these votes were invalid, when everybody down the road were saying the votes were valid. I'm referring to January 6th insurrection. But DeSantis, on the government stage, facing everybody representing the United States of America, and he wants conservative values? Or does he want his own conservative values? He's taking on Disney. He's going head to head with a major corporation worldwide. Just because they wanted free speech and they wanted to show people that they appreciate people, period, as they are, regardless of who and what they may be. Santa says, nope, not going to happen. I'm going to force the legislature down their throat, and they're going to do what we said. Disney's fighting back in courts on this one. We're going to see some appeals on this one heading over to the Supreme Court. If the Florida Supreme Court ruled in favor of Disney, it would still have to go to the federal appellate, and they would have to decide whether or not things were doing it by the law or not, and they're going to have to produce evidence on both sides. DeSantis will be throwing out the woke crap. If he's a legal scholar, then he ought to be going past his own damn personal ambitions here and saying that Disney was not compliant and not complicit. They were doing things against what we wanted them to do in the first place. Basically telling Disney they work for the state of Florida or for Ron DeSantis. Disney ain't going to have it. They've got too much invested in Florida at this point over here, and they're not going to give up without a fight. So, yeah, they'll have whatever it takes necessary, including legal representation from all over, because DeSantis is not the only one educated in legal matters. He's going to use his own government to force an entity inside his state. And here's the thing. I said it before in the other videos. The people are also held accountable because they support a tyrant. They want the conservative shit. They want people to be shot up. They want disparity, racial disparity. What do they want in Florida? They're not having ethics. They don't like ethnicities, apparently. They sure as hell don't want people to mess around with their guns. Doesn't matter how many people are going to get killed. If we have the freedom for the guns, we might as well deal with the people using them. Of course, we'll have less laws for that. And the police will be ineffective. But if the unions could force, if there are going to be any police unions out there, to enforce the legislatures to change their minds, I don't know. The people made this happen. People are having a problem understanding this. They'll cry, they'll make prayers, but students will rally up like crazy and everything gets back to normal again. If DeSantis gets an office, I'm saying if, not when, if. Some of the major players out there who are supporting the theoretical GOP, they would have to see it in their best interest. They would have to look towards their best interest at this point. Which lunatic did they want as a conservative party leader? They all know Trump and his idiocy. They all know the right wings are going nuts. They don't trust the left because the left will regulate their ass like crazy. But they want a laissez-faire economy. Capitalism to the max without any oversight. But under disguise of democracy. The elitism continues. Yeah, so we have to watch out for a lunatic who's acting almost like a neo-Nazi in a governor's clothing in a state that the people are consenting of all their ills and wills happening to them. They're consenting. And I blame them. Every single damn one of them. Business and private. Harsh words. You guys want your industries to happen. You want your cruising industry to happen. But you hated the government jumping on your bits one way or another, so. But look how they fared. They're struggling, but they're not all shut down. And they're working hard on what they need to get going. Disney had a shutdown for a while because of the damn pandemic, and it was proven. But other people decided no, it wasn't a pandemic. It's nothing. It's just regular flu. And they listened to conspiracy nut jobs out there. A disease they had no idea, and they were still learning more and more about, and how to confront it, how to deal with it. how to inoculate against it. But no, not good enough. You got shootings happening all over the place. Anytime, anywhere. That's like not my fault law. I shot because. That's not my fault that the person's dead. Hmm. Not their fault. No one accepts responsibility, accountability, or transparency. How about banning books left and right and shutting down colleges? Or threatening to throw librarians into jail simply because a book was checked out and the teacher didn't, or actually the librarian didn't do the job. Now the librarian's going to go to jail for it because certain state laws out there in different states that are telling people that books are bad. Ray Bradbury must be rolling around in his grave, groaning and screaming out, "Remember Fahrenheit 451." See, there's a reason why you read books. There's a reason why you talk about things like this and talk about ideas. Because these things kind of pop up here. Gist of a 451 is, how do you keep people compliant? Make them stupid. Don't educate them. Except how to burn books. Hell, what was it, 1930s? National, screw it, the Nazi Party out in Germany, the 1930s, gaining more and more political power because they didn't like what the hell happened in the First War. It was an armistice on that one. Germany's economic power was curtailed so far down, they couldn't build anything. They weren't allowed to build anything. Well, some things they could allow to be built, but not weaponry, not war, not military, because of the armistice that they signed with the rest of the world. Just so it could be some peace, recovering the dead, and hopefully maybe get some sense in our heads knocked in. Nope, their economics went crashing down. So you had a charismatic coming in there. Not German, Austrian. But he was going to act like a German. And he was going to talk to the Germans, and he was going to blame the world. And we got to take back what was ours. And we're going to take it back by force. We're going to make Germany great again. Sound familiar? So one little shithead with a short little mustache and a chip on his shoulder decided he's going to take on the world. He's going to put Germany back onto the map again. He's going to put Germany out there. He's going to find people to blame. Sound familiar? Damn, you've got to watch out for them southern border people out there. They're coming over the border, sneaky bastards. They're going to give us fentanyl. They're going to give us the worst things ever. They're the worst people ever. Could be your neighbors. Could be your family members. They could be them. Not us. Not us. You're giving us problems here. We're going to give you back. And they say history repeats itself, man. People keep being blinded to the whole damn thing. They don't bother with history anymore. Nope, they don't. We got all these nice professors out there who've learned old-fashioned history ways, and everything else was going word ass for them in their own days. But Are the kids actually learning history, or are they allowed to learn history? And whose version of history is it going to be anyway? Are you going to have the filtered version of it? Are you not going to be allowed to research anything in books anymore? The internet's going to be banned from you guys. TikTok's going to be banned from you guys. But you sure as hell can get a gun out there and kill people left and right and blame it on the other guy. You can do that. And these conservative states out there are voting that shit in there. Oh, yeah. And let's talk about the women, shall we? Just leave them back in there barefoot and pregnant all about time. That's all we want. That's all they're ever useful anyway. We want kids. We don't want them going and working. We don't want them to have jobs. We don't even want to pay them. They're just incubators walking around. How about that one? Mm-hmm. And if you're pregnant, well, you get to carry it full term. I don't want to hear the excuse that you just been raped. We're going to have that kid. I don't care if he turns out to be the next Jeffrey Dahmer or another Gacy. Hell, we would love another redneck comes out with an AR-15 out of your womb. How does that grab you? He's going to be raised in conservative Christian nation values. He's going to be one of us. We believe in the flag. We believe in the Constitution. But everyone else's version of the Constitution ain't right. We got to change that. We got to change their perspectives. Democracy? What's that? They ain't entitled to it. Only what we say what democracy is, alright? See, we're on top. We're in charge. We're in the Congress making the laws now. We're going to get a president in there. We're going to get a Trumper or a DeSantis in there. And he's going to tell you what's going on. Sometimes me doing these kind of characterizations over here really makes me sick to my stomach, I swear to God. Yeah, I am, boss. It just disgusts me left and right that I have to keep throwing this damn characterization out there because you folks just don't listen. Folks don't care. So if we happen to get into a situation where we're going to be losing our democracy, hell, I blame the entire United States of America for that one because you guys were stupid enough to listen to the people who were stupid enough to bring out the guns and think they're going to be in charge of everything. Next thing you know, we're going to have a foreign government coming over here and controlling our country. Congratulations, boys and girls. You just screwed over the United States of America. And you're supposed to be American citizens? Give me a break. You're supposed to be the followers of our forefathers in principle, in standing, and yet you allow this stuff to happen. You don't do a damn thing. What am I talking about? Let's see. Burning down. No. Let's not say burning down. How about overloading and melting down the circuits that control communications to our elected officials? How about having the internet having conniption fits and breaking down finally because people had swarmed communications to their elected officials to let them know of their displeasure? No, we don't have that. And if we actually have anybody marching in the streets at this point over here, my God, it could be a riot. And we have to have the cops take care of that one. But we support our cops as they're putting us in jail. I support the law enforcement. Hey, what's with the cuffs? What's with the cuffs? Yeah, what's with the cuffs? We support law enforcement. We want the blue. We back the blue. We want to defund law enforcement because we support and love them so much. Does anybody see the stupidity in any of this or all of this, or are we just that stupid anyway? We gotta be. We're the United States of America. We're supposed to be making things great again. We made things crash and burn. We had just made our ancestors, the forefathers of our country, our Constitution, the way our livelihood, our lifestyle, everything that we believe in and trust in, gone for good. Biden wants to have so much hold, and I'm hearing all these damn maggots. But what I am not seeing, outcry, outrage, marches. Hell, they could do that in Charleston with all these damn racists going in there and saying, "We will not be replaced." But the good people can't do that, can they? We get the maggots coming in there and screaming and yelling their heads off left right, blaming everybody else. Listen to conspiracy nut jobs online. Oh, the world's coming to an end at this point over here, but look how lovely flat it is. But you got all these damn globes all over the place. It's globe conspiracies. Don't you understand it? Science sucks. God told me this. Yeah, the crap that you can pull up from the internet these days, including YouTube. Oh, yeah. Let's just say, if we actually do survive another 20 more years, and if I'm living long enough during those days, I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with it or not.